Well, greetings again. This is Dr. Bill Wyatt, and I'm going to show you a device we figured out several years ago for how you could strongly encourage somebody to wear the Class 2 elastics. If you didn't wear them, it tended to push your upper front teeth out. And I talked to this young man after he had finished the braces and everything, and he told me when he went to eat lunch and he took his Class 2 elastics off, before he got through his dinner, he could feel the pressure on his front teeth, and he put the elastics back on, and we were able to correct the Class 2 problem that the young man had in just a few months, maybe 4 to 6 months. We had it finished, and I had worked for about a year and hadn't got to first base with this particular case. And so I'm going to go in and show you that as quick as we can, and I'll touch that out for you. And here is somebody wrote back and was very critical of me forcing somebody to do this. And to my knowledge, I never twisted anybody's arm off to make them less, but the orphanage wanted me to straighten this young man's teeth, and we did it at no cost to them, but it cost me about half the price of the deal, or not quite half the price, to do this gratis, just free from that. And so I was encouraging to finish the case and get through with it. So let's go ahead. Here's the Class 2 case, pretty bad Class 2. And we went in and put on the Class 2 equipment and everything. Now this is after he was not wearing them. And so we came back and fixed a device here that would put pressure on the teeth even if he took the elastics off. And so you'll have to understand that this was coming out of a molar back here. I need to get my little deal here going. Excuse me. Now, let's see, I need to. Okay, maybe I can draw on here. All right, we ran this wire out of the molar auxiliary deal, and came out here and went down, and in the lateral, 2 centrals, and the lateral came back up and went back over on this side. Now, I put a spring on that wire coming out of here, and I put so much force on this. I put 2 ounces of force more than I had on the elastics right here. So when you take the rubber band off, it'd be 2 full ounces of force on these teeth. When you put the rubber band back, it reduced these forces and just used the elastic force up here to do this. So he constantly had force on these teeth coming out. And if the guy, he told me once he got through, if I took the elastics off to eat lunch before I got through, I could feel the pressure on these teeth up here. It wasn't great, but it was there. And if he went for several hours, he'd feel it more. And so it made the guy put the elastics back, and we were able to come in here and do this work in about 1/3 the time we'd been messing around with it up to that point. So he also had a tongue thrust as far as we were stopping the tongue thrust and break the habit that he had there and open the bite. There were several other things going on with this, but we needed to really get the Class 2 corrected. And so we put this on, and I'm going to run through this pretty fast. You can go back and look at the original deal if you want to and spend more time with it. Okay, this was working off the molar teeth back here. So when he took the elastics off, the total force was on these 4 teeth up here from this spring that we had set a certain amount of pressure on it. And so that would go totally against these teeth. When he put the elastics back, the elastic took care of the force and it was pulling the whole thing out. And we did in just a matter of a few months what I had worked for about a year and had not accomplished much of anything. Well, we did reduce these 2 teeth in here with our slicing technique and got these straightened up and put these little fingers on it to break the tongue thrust habit. So let's get on with it. So when you take that elastic out, that force would be on these 4 teeth, and by the time when he got through with this, he got a little older, he came back and thanked me and said, before I finished lunch, a lot of times, I would have to come in and put the elastics on, or, well, just as quick as he got through. It reminded him he hadn't worn them. So this is something that you might use on adults and other people that forget to put the elastics back. So it's really a simple thing. You have to have a auxiliary deal there for that to fit in. Let me go, because that's not a very good picture. Here we go into the auxiliary tube and have this other one. We can put another elastic or another arch bar in there. Now, this particular case, it was barely could get these teeth in the mouth, and so we came back and reduced the deciduous teeth right here. That's the deciduous second molar, and did a pulpotomy on that. You can see that material down there. And then when we lost this tooth, we would take this one out, and we'd have room enough for the cuspid and the bicuspid. If we need a little more room, you could take it out here without having any feeling at all in these 2 teeth. That's the last part of that thing that we used. So here we go, and we get the glass tube back where it should be, and we have a step down there behind that. And we came in and did the pulpotomy here, and now we'll get the first bicuspid here, and the cuspid would be in this area right here. My voice isn't doing too hot today. So here we got to this point with that. That's just showing we did the slicing technique. Here we took these 2 cuspids out. It's far better to trim the crown of these and do the pulpotomy than it is to extract this tooth. If you extract this cuspid moves right into that space and comes up further forward, and you lose arch length that way. So by doing it this way, we were able to correct that. We made some space, it pushed this back, and we got all the teeth fit in. These would come back there, the cuspid in there. We got this one to come back some. And we had to turn that one when it got in the mouth. Here the case is after we finished doing that. So I wanted to encourage you, learn how to do that little trick, and you can virtually make the person wear the elastics. If he doesn't, he'll sure feel it up here on his teeth. Thank you again for watching. I'm sorry for my voice being so flimsy today, but maybe you can understand that. Thank you now, and I'll say goodbye, and we'll see you again here before long.